You are watching Xirtus.
It's just a thought experiment.
Hey,
because this is what's happening right now is we're having this awakening. Do we all agree that the human species, we're having this a heightened awareness?
We're going through something,
like a
for
quickening.
sure.
So if we do have pet owners, how do you think they feel about that?
I mean, there'd be a spectrum, right? There'd be nice dogs and asshole dogs, just like with humans.
That's right.
So
I mean, but how do you think? Because
nice dog
we
you get
appear
along
to be
with.
domesticated, right? Like the way we live
This
our
is
lives.
literally the plot from the original Planet of the Apes book. So if you've ever seen the movies, of course, but the book is so much more French, really.
Our lives are not that different than domesticated animals. You know,
basically,
I mean? For a lot of people, everything is provided
I'm
to
definitely
them.
not domesticated.
The French one's pretty. The French book's pretty believable.
Well, like nobody opens the food can and puts it in a bowl for you, but you can go to the store and the ground beef is just right there, and you have really, little conception of where it came from and what the whole process was and stuff like that. So it's a level of domestication. That's what I'm talking about. So the question is it some humans domesticating others because they're significantly more intelligent and are able to organize that, or is it another species that's domesticating us? But either way, if we're living a semi-domesticated lifestyle and we're becoming much more intelligent, and now we're actually worried about where our meat is coming from, then it's like, get your own meat. I'm no longer putting the meat in the stores, so you can just go get it if you're going to complain about it,
Well, it benefits all of us. The reason we do that is everybody benefits from it.
In the original Planet of the Apes, the simian world, a rich couple traveling alone through space rescue and translate a manuscript from a floating bottle. The manuscript was written by a journalist in 2500 who was invited by a wealthy professor to accompany him and his disciple to Betelgeuse. Because they had traveled close to the speed of light, time dilation causes centuries to pass on Earth. During their 2 years in transit, they land their shuttle in a temperate, lush forest planet, which they call Soror, or for sister. And eventually they meet these gorillas fully dressed as hunters, attack the tribe with firearms. And it's not like the 1800s. That was like because they wanted to go low budget with Charlton Heston. It was supposed to be like 1950s, 1960s Earth. And they have typewriters and smoke cigarettes and they watch TV and they're very comfortable. And eventually what they find out happened was a virus that was created by a vaccine. And this is, again, the French Planet of the Apes book, destroyed the population of humans and also killed all of the pets, almost all of the domesticated pets. Is it domestic?
Dude, I gotta read a comment. You got some funny commenters. This dude Brad said, "You're smart, pug. I used to be a wolf. What have you people done to me?"
Exactly.
That would be funny. Like, what the hell did you do to me, man?
But basically the point is because they didn't have enough fourth world, third world humans to treat poorly, and they didn't have any more domesticated animals, so they bring in the apes and then they genetically allow the apes to enhance, and the process of that allows the ape, eventually humans become lazy and the apes take over the homes essentially of the humans and push them out. And that's pretty much, I mean, closer to what I think will happen to humans if we continue to uplift species. I mean, not just that, when we talk about AI talking to pigs or talking to birds, the fact that they're going to say, oh, humans have been arguing over this land for years. And the birds are like, really? That's going to be a fun conversation.
Right.
Yeah. The land that they've been destroying our nests and we've been having fires for 10,000 years or whatever. I think nature, you're going to get some environmentalist AI. I think that's the next major thing that's going to come. It's going to be a less human-centric AI in the process of being a more environmentalist AI.
Let's let the AI make all the decisions, man. Ours suck.
Here's the thing. What if it said we're going to put it up to a vote? If AI said we're going to put it up to a vote, I'm going to let every earthling vote, including all the locusts and all of the whales and all the
every
bees.
earth being. Cool.
Yeah, we might get to a really complicated point, when all of a sudden things are, especially there's some species that all vote in unison in a singularity, like
ants.
What are they? What's the subject of the vote? I mean, that's important on if it's whether or not to eat zebras.
Everybody lives underground.
It seems it's going to be something to do with resources and how the resources are segregated for use by people. That's what it seems like it's happening.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously the cautionary tale is Brainiac. You know what I mean? Who diverts all the planet's resources to save himself when he sees an impending doom. He's like, either I could warn the Kryptonians, but they divert all the resources I need to save myself, and I'm the superior being that they created. I'm their masterpiece, so it's more important to save me, and I can always find a new group of people to lead. So Brainiac uploads himself to a satellite instead of warning the Kryptonians that Krypton is going to explode or whatever. So, I mean, there's all kinds of pitfalls in that. But, our decision-making as humans, like the way we make decisions is ridiculous, and then also the decisions we make are pretty ridiculous. And we really just can't make up our mind on things like industrialism. Like it's a big problem. There's a lot of humans who regret the Industrial Revolution, you know, and want to like undo that. Like, where do they vote for that, you know?
I mean, so that's the other question about how much things are symmetrically destinial. So there's at the beginning I mentioned, have you heard of the world crystal theory, world time crystal theory? I think it's called the Planck theories. So basically, world crystal theory, the idea of space itself being a structure at the Planck scale, and the Planck scale is here's, you know, the Hubble scale, here's life, and then here's the Planck scale. So it's a lot smaller. That there might be a symmetry there, and thought might be crystalline in the sense that it reproduces and grows based on touching itself. And that allows for all sorts of mass to occur at larger scales. But at a fundamental Planck scale level, there would still be some symmetry. And so consciousness touches consciousness, allowing for consciousness to grow. It can grow and it can maintain itself however it needs to. Things can change, genetics can appear. But beyond that, it can also teach other life. It can help other consciousness by interacting with it, grow consciousness by the same way crystalline structures, by being saturated, continue to grow. And this would maybe make it possible that we are in the process of interacting with animals and learning empathy, going to see this start to occur more, that all of a sudden, because we have this idea that no animals ever emerged to be intelligent, when wolves, falcons, squid, they're all capable. It just seems like most of the species that we've ever talked about in mythology as being able to speak. Let's go to dragons for a second. We kill them off. You know, if there's an intelligent, powerful species, we don't want to deal with it.
It's hard
and
to coexist.
Right. I mean, is that not more the case that we might find a point where things
now,
are
if
able
you could
to
ride
emerge?
the dragons, if you could domesticate the dragons and ride them around, and they would take orders and stuff like that.
Oh
that
my
would be
God,
ideal.
this is feminism all over again, right? You can't ride the dragons, not
you
anymore.
Think about one of the smartest creatures on Earth is the dolphin. We protect the dolphin. We want to make sure because we recognize the intelligence of the dolphin, the elephant, the killer whale.
And also, if you don't, that dolphin will rob you